How's it going, guys? Vaibhav here and welcome back to another video. Now today I want to talk about the Hublot Big Bang E, and you could call this the big daddy of Android smartwatches. But before we get into that, let me talk to you guys about the market for smartwatches in general. From my perspective, I feel like the market is definitely evolving. We've got great options like the Apple Watch series, for example, but there's a limiting factor to that where you don't really get the full advantage to it if you don't have an iOS device or an iPhone. And as far as the Android side goes, you don't have that many. You've got the Huawei GT2e, and I feel like adding E's to the end of smartwatch names seems to be the trend, but the GT2e addresses one key issue that's really stopping me from embarking on this smartwatch journey, which is charging. The GT2e lasts 14 days straight without charging the device, and I feel like that's the sort of expectation you should have for smartwatches to really get into the market. And that's why I've still been using a hybrid smartwatch that retains the typical look and feel of a smartwatch, but still gives you things like notifications, your calories, your steps, etc, etc. And this is like a good midway point. And in general, I really like traditional smartwatches, and I feel like traditional smartwatches still have a very good sort of market for demand, so I don't think they're going anywhere. But smartwatches are starting to pick up, and that's where the Hublot Big Bang E comes into play. So this is basically the most refined Android smartwatch that you can find. It's running Wear OS, which is something that I will preface, but let's take a look at the design itself. It's very intricate. It combines high quality materials, and if we look at it, we've got a ceramic version as well as a titanium version. So these come in different color options, but at the same time, you've got this unique mechanism for the watch that you see right here, and the video actually demos how you can do that. Now, Hublot is focusing on, there we go, there is the one-click system that's apparently patented by Hublot to, work, and the strap on this thing is a rubber strap, so that's something you'll have to keep in mind. I'm pretty sure you'll get many customizable straps with this thing to customize it to your wish, like I did with this one. This one initially came with a blue strap, but you could pretty much change it, so I guess they're going for a similar approach there, but I think most of the approach also goes into the fact that this thing looks like a typical normal watch, and that's why I really like it. You can't really tell that this is a smartwatch, and that's one of the major reasons why it entices me so much if it wasn't as expensive as it is. And we'll get to a price in just a bit, but let's actually get to some of its features. As you can see, you can actually track the lunar cycle. You have things like your date, hours, minutes, etc. So all of this is pretty standard stuff. You also get a moon day feature, which tells you what day of the moon it is, and you get this amazing little setup menu. So you can basically choose the time zone that you're in as well as a secondary time zone, and that basically helps you keep track of all of your times that are relevant to your life, and basically allows you to switch the screen. And I think that's where this thing comes in. So the watch faces from Hublot are designed by Mark Ferrero, who seems to be a good artist, and basically every 3 hours or so the watch face changes automatically and gives you a refreshed look, and you get a different push animation with it at the same time. So I think that's how Hublot is combining the software element of this thing with its hardware elements, and I'm not gonna skip over most of them. As you can see, there's a different one for each timing, and I guess it's unique. People would like it, and you can go to the Hublot store and customize and make, I think, your own as well, or you can get new dials from the Hublot store, which you'll see in just about a second. So there we go, there's the Hublot store, you can access it. Now, another thing that I want to mention is the dial. The dial looks absolutely crazy. I feel like it's such a premium touch, and with it clicking around and just that overall sort of build of the watch really entices me to buy this watch. But at 5,800 USD, I'm pretty sure it's coming nowhere near my house for the next couple of years at least. Now, this thing is powered by Wear OS by Google, so it's got things like NFC, it's got things like Bluetooth, and while we're at it, you can do wireless payments using Google Pay as well. But the screen itself is a 1.21-inch display, and it's also scratch resistant, made of sapphire glass. So that's something that is really adding to the premiumness of the watch. You also get support for Google Assistant, which means if you have any queries for your watch, you can do so directly from the watch. And I feel like with its premium statement and the premium software experience, you can really see this to challenge the Apple Watch, which I think is still one of the watches that doesn't really have a competitor when it comes to smartwatches in general. I feel like all the other smartwatches have some kinks that really don't put it up to the Apple Watch category, and that's why the Apple Watch does so well. But I feel like this Hublot watch has potential, but of course it has potential when this thing is selling for 5,800 US dollars, or that translates to around 20,000 dirhams, which is a huge price tag that I'm definitely not going to pay. If Hublot wants to send this out for me to review, they can totally do so. I'd be hyped to review it, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. But these were my thoughts on the Hublot watch. I don't think there's a market for this premium of a watch out there, because I feel like most of my friends who invest in watches really want the traditional watch, and I don't think this digital experience is quite up there. Plus the fact that traditional watches have more intricacies when it comes to actually building the watch from scratch. You know, the mechanism is different, the gear system is different, and all of that maybe this watch skips upon, so it's not gonna command that premium price tag. But for anyone who can afford it and maybe wants that Hublot design feel and at the same time wants that software experience, they could go for it. So I think this is targeting the really high-end segment of the market. It's a competitor to the Apple Watch, definitely, but at its price, it's not going to be for your run-of-the-mill person like myself. So yeah, those were my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thanks for watching. This was Vaibhav, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.